So one last thing before we go, and it's a little on the somber side, but just really quickly to round out the show. Unfortunately, uh, some bad news, some not so good news. A very good friend of mine lost somebody very important to him. You all know this guy very well if you're a fan of this show. I talk about him all the time. I talk about his website all the time. Of course, that is the founder of tobeseen.com. That is Joe Pombo, Joe Dove, founder voice. Very good friend of mine. We're very close, and I appreciate his friendship. I love the guy. One of the most dependable dudes on planet Earth. 100% one of my favorite guys on Earth. Obviously, outside of my own family, he's pretty damn close to being family at this point. Unfortunately, this morning we're recording it Wednesday, the 3rd. We had received word that his mother had passed away, and he says he's not taking it okay, but we've had a couple of conversations so far, and um, he's doing the best that he can. He was very close, obviously. We're all to some degree, but that particular relationship was really good. They're really close. Virginia is his mother's name. She was actually a fan of the show. She's listened to us a couple times, especially when her son was on. She was the person who fanned the flames on the "Murder is Bad" shirt or the idea, like of him doing the whole "Murder is Bad" routine and everything like that. Great sense of humor, great lady, always a fun time. Obviously, excellent mother. Um, and although she never spent a day in the wrestling business, she ended up giving me one of my favorite parts of the wrestling business, which is Joe. He's one of my best friends in the world. I feel so terrible for his situation. Um, you know, at some point we're all going to have to go through it. But at the same time, it's never easy to have to go through it. So I know that this is a tough time for the Pombo home. Uh, so I will continue to reach out to him. I'm going to continue to try to be a supportive friend. Maybe even take a trip to Jersey and check him out and see what's going on and do my due diligence in getting that man as drunk as humanly possible, which is what I would hope my friends would do for me. Um, and so, in spirit of a passing, although Miss Virginia Pombo was not a member of the wrestling family or community, I do feel that in spirit of who she was as an individual, is very fitting of one of the highest tributes that a wrestling community member could receive, which is the honoring of the 10 bell salute, which is a tradition in professional wrestling when you have a fallen friend, fallen coworker, fallen family member, and although again not in the wrestling business or in the podcast game, her contributions to this show are immeasurable. Not just because she's the mother to Joe Pombo, who's a huge part of the show, but just her fandom, her connection to the show, her contributions to the show. Um, she was a wonderful lady, and she lived a hell of a life and had a hell of a family. And as Joe wrote earlier, and I'd like to actually pull it up because it was really cool the way that he worded everything. So I want to make sure that I got it right. Um, Here, pull it up here. Excuse me, sorry. He posted. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I will read the sentence that really stuck out to me. It was about two sentences. I find peace in knowing that we will all be reunited in the kingdom of God. My mother was a fighter, stood with undiagnosed MS for 30 years at least. Still made it to Brooklyn and back every weekend to provide until the illness took her ability to walk. And then he proceeded to give so many great examples of how strong of a woman she really was. So we send our condolences out to the Pombo family. I don't know exactly when we're going to be able to get Pombo back on the show because of this, but at the same time, it it all happens in due time. Grieving doesn't have a time limit on it. It is what it is. So, in honor of Mrs. Pombo and her passing this morning, we will pay tribute and pay homage to Mrs. Pombo and this loss with the traditional 10 bell salute. Thank you for everything, and we will see you guys next week. And so here we are with our tribute.